Are the Yankees making Spencer Jones available this offseason? Could the Yankees go and trade for Ketel Marte? Doesn't make any sense. You guys let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Now, according to Bob Nightingale, the New York Yankees may make Spencer Jones available. Now, Jones last year, between AA and AAA, hit 35 homers, 274 average, with a 932 OPS. Jones does strike out a lot, had 179 strikeouts last year, but this was a bounce-back season from his 2024 year, which, he hit 17 homers in AA and struck out 200 times, hit 259 with a 789 OPS. Last year, bounce-back season for him. 24 years old, one of the better center fielders in the Yankee system. He would be, I think, in my opinion, a candidate to play center field for the Yankees this season. I'm not saying he's guaranteed a roster spot, but what I am saying is he's earned a little bit of a run in spring training. Now, according to Bob Nightingale, the Yankees could make him available. This wouldn't be the first time where Spencer Jones was available. Spencer Jones was available not last offseason, but the offseason before, for guys like Dylan Cease, Corbin Burns, before they were traded away to their respective teams at that time. Obviously, the Yankees did not want to part with Spencer Jones. Then what happened? His stock fell. His stock fell really quick. Like I said, hit 17 homers in 2024, struck out 200 times, hit 259, just under an 800 OPS. That's not what you want out of your top prospect. Now, his stock is back up. It wouldn't shock me if the Yankees made him available and just attempted to see what they could get for him. I would not trade Spencer Jones for a bucket of baseballs. If you're trading Spencer Jones, you're going to get a special player for him, because Spencer Jones is one of the better athletes, if not the best athlete in the Yankee organization. Yes, I will go as far as to say that. But two, he has crazy power, really good fielder. He's a very good baseball player. And you're not just going to dump him for nothing. So it would have to be for somebody like a Paul Skeens, which obviously the Pirates are going to want much, 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 much more. That's off the table, by the way. The Yankees called up the Pirates last trade deadline about Paul Skeens. They included Jones and George Lombard Jr. in that. Pirates just said, no, we're not interested. And then a report just came out that the Pirates are not making Paul Skeens available and they're not trading him at this time. So any Paul Skeens dream of him being a Yankee, well, that's out the window, at least for now. I wouldn't be shocked if Brian Cashman still makes that phone call, still explores that possibility. But it just seems that the Pirates aren't keen on moving on from Paul Skeens. But there is another player who is going to be made available, and his name is Ketel Marte. Now, Marte last year for the Diamondbacks hit 28 homers, 283 with an 893 OPS. The switch hitting second baseman, 32 years old. He's already under contract long-term with the Diamondbacks up until 2031, where he has a player option. 2026, he's due to make $16 million. 2027, he's due to make $12 million. And then 2028, 2029, 2030, 28, $20 million, 2029, $22 million, 2030, $22 million. And then he's got that player option in 2031 where he could opt out. But if he opts in, he's making $11.5 million. But that's at the age of 37 years old for Marte. Marte, one of the better offensive players in baseball, one of the best switch hitters in Major League Baseball. He's going to cost you a lot through a trade. Of course, he's going to cost you Spencer Jones. He's going to cost you some of your pitching capital that you have, especially if you're able to sign the Japanese star Imai. If you're able to get him, well, it makes guys like Will Warren, even Luis Heel, expendable, because you're just so deep in that one position. However, it's going to cost you a lot to trade for Marte. Now, let's just say the Yankees were able to come up with a package for Ketel Marte. And they were able to trade away Spencer Jones, Will Warren, basically whatever the Diamondbacks are interested in. Let's just say the Yankees are and the Diamondbacks are able to make some kind of a deal there. Does Ketel Marte fit? Now, you obviously have Jazz Chisholm over there at second base. I'm seeing people floating around the idea that he could play shortstop. Marte hasn't played a considerable amount of shortstop since 2016. In 2017 with the Diamondbacks, he played 64 games at short. 2018, he played in 28 games at short. 2019, he played in 11. He really hasn't played shortstop much at all in the past, 5-6 years? So I don't understand why people are thinking that Ketel Marte is an option for short. He's not. He'd be an option for second base. So with that being said, where the heck does Marte fit on this Yankee team? Sorry to burst your bubble. He doesn't, unless you trade Jazz. If you attach Jazz to, let's say, the Marte deal, along with the Spencer Jones and let's say Will Warren, that's a big package for Marte. But you unload the Diamondbacks of that long-term deal that maybe they don't want, and maybe they commit to Jazz long-term. Arizona. And Jazz used to be in the Diamondback organization, by the way. Arizona moved him to Miami in a Zach Gallen deal. So that's a little a nugget of information there for you that maybe you did not know. But in order for Marte, for that even to be a possibility, for him to be a Yankee, the Yankees have to get creative. I just don't foresee the Yankees doing that. I really don't. I don't foresee the Yankees unloading Jazz and going through all that trouble to get Marte, to have Marte fit. I would love to have him, a great switch hitter, right? 2024, he was a really great year for him. 36 homers, 292 average, 932 OPS. 2023, 25 homers, 276, but an 843 OPS. Guy is one of the best switch hitters in baseball. Might be the best second baseman in Major League Baseball, so that's what you would be getting. It's just how would he fit? And guys like Joel Sherman have reported that, hey, don't be shocked if the Yankees maybe make Jazz available through a trade. And maybe trading Jazz in a Ketel Marte package works because you're giving the Diamondbacks a really good second baseman in Jazz. His offensive production is there. It doesn't match Marte's, but it's close. And if you don't want Marte's contract long term, if you're Arizona, well, you just got a really good second baseman in Jazz. You're still competing in 2026. Then if you don't want Jazz beyond that, all right, adios. You could allocate that Marte money that you once had to other positions, wherever you want to allocate that. So I don't think it's a crazy idea to move Jazz, Spencer Jones, Will Warren to the Diamondbacks for Marte. I don't think that's a wild trade, but I just don't see the Yankees doing it either. Truthfully, I really don't. But as I said, Marte, really good player. Now, whenever Marte's name gets brought up, I also see Brendan Donovan's name being thrown around. Now, I don't know if the Cardinals even want to trade him right now at this point. But Donovan, how does he compare to Marte? Well, Donovan last year hit 287. I believe he dealt with an injury, hit 287, 10 homers, and had a 775 OPS, a 119 OPS plus, according to Baseball Savant. Brendan Donovan has a negative 1 outs above average. Cheaper, you're going to have to pay him eventually. So, in my opinion, if you're going to go and get a player like that, might as well be Marte. And if you're going to have to trade a hefty package, because Donovan has a lot of value, so you would have to trade a package for him. To me, in my opinion, Marte's the better player. It's just his overall body of work is much better than Donovan's. I would go and choose Marte, but like I said, it would take a lot. And I don't think the Yankees are going to go to that length to go and trade for Marte because they're going to have to get creative. You're going to have to make a big effort to go and trade for him. But it's interesting that the Diamondbacks are making him available. We'll see what happens, though. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.